Shai Gilgeous-Alexander might be the best scorer I've ever seen with my own two eyes. No lie. No lie. And there's a lot to talk about this game between the Thunder and the Denver Nuggets. But Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes and he had 35 points. 35 points, 15 assists, 9 rebounds, and near triple double on 66% shooting. Insane. And if you look and notice, he's missing like three of the outside three. He didn't have a J Dub. He doesn't have iHeart. He doesn't have Chet. And now, granted, the OKC Thunder are a pretty deep team, right? That's like what they're known for. But bro, 35, 15, and 9 in a like thriller versus the Denver Nuggets where Nikola Jokic gives you what Nikola Jokic gave you 32, 14, and 13. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Shai's one of those ones. And even the way that they even got here. Let's look at some of these plays. Let's look at some of these plays, actually. First of all, I thought the game was over here. I definitely thought the game was over here. Shai drives, step back three with the saucy. You can't stop it. How do you stop something like that? Step back. He stopped on a dime. I don't know if they're gonna play. They're probably not gonna play the replay, bro. Shai stops on a dime to step back and shoot. Stops on a dime. Look at all this space, bro. All he can do is get a hand, bang. I'm thinking it's over after this. Then Jokic comes. He gets this crazy 4-point play, which was absolutely valid. But then Shai calls game. First of all, he doesn't even have to step back. Like he could have pulled up from probably like right here or anywhere in this area and been perfectly fine. Maybe Christian Brown like helps off with Jalen Williams, but then you open Shai to get 16 assists of the night for a score. But like step back with the sauce in his face. And that's what Shai did. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is absolutely insane. And every time I watch him play, I am like, yeah, that's probably the best player in the NBA. Like, even if somebody who's a fan of Jokic, big fan of Ant, big fan of Giannis, all the guys, Victor, all the guys who you throw at, like that top tier, the number one player in the league, the best player in the league, you see Shai playing, you're like, this dude might be the best. Like, undoubtedly. Undoubtedly he might be the best, bro. He just cooked. He just absolutely fried the Denver Nuggets. And he did this without Alex Caruso, Isaiah Hartenstein, Chet Holmgren, and Jalen Williams. 4 of their best 5 players were not playing today. Do you know how insane that is for them to still win? Now, this brings me to my other point. I'm getting kind of concerned about the Denver Nuggets. I have to be honest. I'm watching this game, and I'm looking. You look at the box score for the Nuggets. It doesn't look as bad as you might think, right? You see Cam Johnson. He's been struggling all season, but Aaron Gordon in his second game back, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 42% from the field. But hey, he gave you 23 points. In my opinion, he had a pretty good game. Jokic gives you a 32-point triple-double. Jamal Murray gives you 21. Tim Hardaway Jr. gives you 28. But outside of them, they really got absolutely nothing. Christian Brown really wasn't doing anything on offense. Aaron Gordon, he scored 13 of these 23 points in the first quarter. So, 10 points for the rest of the game really is not the best. Cam Johnson, I don't know what's going on with him, bro. This dude missed a layup at point-blank range. And when I see people say, I saw Kenny talk about recently, actually, about how he is concerned for the Denver Nuggets. I'm concerned for the Denver Nuggets, too. This was a chance for you to go in OKC. You're playing OKC that is very injury-riddled. They literally have their best player and nobody else. Their 2 through 5, nobody. They don't have them. They're injured. They're on the bench. This is easily a game, bro. There are some Thunders fans who are saying this game does not count. And you lose. How do you lose this game? honestly, in my opinion, no one really played very well on the Nuggets. And I think Aaron Gordon will like as I think it's good he's playing now. I think by the time the end of the season comes, he'll be able to like put it all together. But if Cam Johnson's gonna play like how he has played all throughout the season in the playoffs, you're kind of in trouble. Christian Brown isn't able to kind of pick it up a little bit more, you're in trouble. I'm not worried about Jamal Murray, but Nikola Jokic also has been very concerning for me because I don't know, he's just moving like different. He hit a big three at the end of the game, of course, but Jokic isn't. And maybe this will change in the playoffs. Look, Nikola Jokic, Nikola Jokic. At the end of the day, Nikola Jokic is MVP candidate. Probably would have won the MVP. Probably will win the MVP if he plays like the rest of his games. But Nikola Jokic just does not look like Nikola Jokic. And I don't really know like what's going on. But like I'm watching, he's not really as explosive, as dynamic. Now Jokic isn't like some supreme athlete. He's not some guy beating you off the dribble or anything like that. But his physicality, he's not as physical. He's not using his body to his advantage as much as he usually does. He's missing some looks that you are just like, kind of like, how do you miss that? He was way more like foul baiting, trying to bait for fouls. There was one shot where he like shot over I forgot who it was who was guarding him, but he shot over him and he missed. But the reason he missed was because halfway through the shot he was flopping. Like you were flopping, you didn't even give the shot a chance. Shai goes down the other end, bro, hand in his face, hits it over. I think it was Christian Brown who was guarding him. Hits it over Christian Brown. Just fight through the contact. Now, very well by the time the playoffs comes, this could be a complete non-issue. Nikola Jokic could come out and he could just prove me absolutely wrong. But as of right now, I am worried about the Denver Nuggets. And I think you should be too. If you cannot be the OKC Thunder, because Denver Nuggets, as it stands right now, are sixth in the West. I don't know if this like put them down or anything like that, but as it stands right now, the Denver Nuggets are the sixth team in the West. They will play the Timberwolves, and here's what I'm going to say: if the Timberwolves ain't no pushover, Timberwolves are not a pushover. And actually, shit, after that loss, no, they're sixth. They're not going to fall past the seventh. But in my opinion, the Denver Nuggets, if you have to face the Timberwolves as today, based off what I just saw, I am concerned. I am extremely concerned. I might lean the Timberwolves because really what concerns me is like outside of Jokic, and I think Jokic will get it together, but as of right now, he just does not look like himself. But outside of Jokic, and Jamal Murray had a very rough game as well. Outside of those two, like nobody on this team really gives me any hope. I have to see what Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon looked really. I will say Aaron Gordon looked really good for this to be his third game back. No, second game back. For this to be his second game back from injury, and I think he'll put it together. But like Christian Brown, Cam Johnson, Tim Hardaway Jr. had a really great game. Hopefully, he can keep that shooting up. But I just don't know, man. Bruce Brown didn't really. When he definitely played his effects, like his minutes were not felt. I can tell you that right now. Spencer Jones, he had some nice defense in there, had some nice plays in there. Jonas Valanciunas, another guy, didn't really feel his minutes. And yeah, these guys were playing playoff level minutes. Like your starters, Aaron Gordon played about 28 minutes. Jokic played 40. He played the whole game. Christian Brown played 37. Jamal Murray plays 36. Tim Hardaway plays 33. So these guys, I think they treat this like it was a playoff game. So you treat it like it was a playoff game and you lose. Now don't get me wrong, like if Jalen Williams is coming in and give you 29 and 12, and Shai is giving you 35 and 15 and 9, and Jerry McCain is hitting two big threes, and AJ Mitchell is coming back and hitting 24 points, cool. But bro, this was all the type of things that the Thunder were doing last year, and the Nuggets were arguably more shorthanded, and they kind of gave them more of a fight, right? Like in my opinion. And this is what J-Dub playing, Caruso playing, iHeart playing. Like this is what all these guys playing, and you gave them more of a fight. Like you took them to 7 games, wasn't it? But I'm not gonna cap, bro. After watching this game, I'm kind of concerned for the Denver Nuggets. Kind of concerned. Um, Nuggets have playoff pedigree. They are one of the best. They're one of the best and most well respected teams in the league for a reason. But after watching this, you guys know, man, I'm high on this whole Nuggets train. I'm a big Nuggets guy. Got to step back a little bit. I have to definitely take a step back because this performance and really the way the Nuggets have been playing overall is kind of concerning to me. I have to be honest. Have to be honest. Hopefully they can put it together. Hopefully they can figure something out. But as of right now, spooky in Denver. But we'll see what happens about a month from now when the playoffs happen. So yeah, man. But that's all I got. I just wanted to react to the game. It was a phenomenal game, banger up until the end. Even the Nuggets like fighting back because like around the second quarter, Shai Gilgeous. Listen, the Nuggets actually had like a huge. The Nuggets. Let's see. They went on like a huge run. I believe at one point in this game, they went on a huge run. No. Wait, wrong. The Nugget, bro. Wait, am I tweaking? Hold on. No, I'm not tweaking. I know I'm not tweaking. Yeah, the Nuggets started off this game on a huge run. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander comes back in the game. I'm not gonna say like brought them back by himself, but like in the second quarter, Shai took over, and it was clear once he was subbed back in, like his his overall gravity just shifted the whole energy in this game. Like, cause the way the Nuggets were playing, Shai was like, "We're just going to like crowd you every time you get the ball, and you try to like make any type of penetration. We're going to just crowd you, double team you, triple team you. Whoever's in the area. Look at Shai, and Shai will end up passing. That's how he gets 15 assists. Because when you have guys on the team who can shoot, like cool. But one thing I think that a lot of teams are going to do when the playoffs come, they're just gonna say like, listen, bro, Lou Dort twin self guard. Like they're gonna tell Lou Dort that he is going to be self guard, and there's nothing you can really do about it. Cause Lou Dort is just he's a liability out there. If I'm being honest, he is a liability out there. There is nothing that Lou Dort can really do on offensively that should put fear in any team in the NBA's heart. Shit, if he was gonna go with the Wizards in the playoffs and he got the ball, wouldn't be scared at all. I'm gonna be so real with you. There were so many times where he got a wide open three, where he had a wide open chance. He tried to make a play, put the ball on the floor, just did not really work out for him. Just didn't work out. Now this Thunder team is deep, so they can really afford to just bench his ass. I don't know if they're gonna bench him, but they can really afford to just bench him, and they will be perfectly fine. But like, as long as Lou Dort is playing minutes for this Thunder team, especially as we get in the playoffs, it's going to be very spooky for the Thunder. That is going to make their life harder. That is the only. I don't say that's the only thing, but when you go up against teams like the Spurs, like the Timberwolves, like the Nuggets, they're going to sit up here and realize that Lou Dort is absolutely useless on offense. And if you continue to put him out there, you're going to be playing 4 or 5 on offense. Definitely. So hopefully the Thunder can realize that. But hey, great win. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's the greatest. That's all I got. Till next time. Peace.